Hello again. Welcome to another edition of CropLife Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj, editor of CropLife magazine, here with one of my new partners in crime, Lara Sowinski from, I guess California for a little while longer, and then soon to be Texas. But Lara, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Eric. Good to be here.
Yeah. So again, as we're recording this, we are less than 2 weeks out from the major show that's going to be going on, hosted by our parent company, Meister Media Worldwide. And that, of course, is the Tech Hub Live event that'll be taking place in Indianapolis, July 19th through the 21st. Of course, I know you've been very involved with putting together the agenda for that event. So if you could, with our viewers who may not yet have committed to go, may be interested in attending, what can you tell them about what they're going to be seeing and who they're going to be hearing from while there?
Thank you so much. And yes, the countdown is upon us, and we're super excited. And I have to say, I have thought of this many times in the lead up to this event, that there are truly a team of people that are working on this, all of whom are super talented, and we're working hard to bring this program together. And I have to say, it's a diverse program, which is great. Obviously, it's technology focused, and it's about giving farmers and ag retailers the tools they need to turn around, go back to their operations, put things in play, understand what's out there right now. Certainly, I think in this economic climate, they're super critical about the spend. So making sure that any investments that they put out deliver an immediate return on investment, or at least something that they know is coming. So it's a demanding audience, and we certainly want to deliver a top-notch program. So diverse program. We have things about supply chain. We have things about technology. Big focus this year on drone scouting, and a little bit of talk about biologicals. Certainly, I think the fertilizer market. We have Ken Zuckerberg, whom you've had on Retail Week before. Ken's going to give us a panel discussion on, oh no, I shouldn't say a panel discussion. It's he's a single presenter, but yep, all about the fertilizer market. And at this point in preparation for the show, I've talked to the presenters, Ken and the other men and women on this program. I'm telling you, it's an outstanding program. There's a lot that's going on, of course, and so I think the expectations, not only the excitement, but just the acknowledgement on the presenter side, like, hey, we know there's a lot happening in the market right now, and we aim to give you guys the information you need, particularly right now when there's a fair amount of uncertainty. We don't know how the economy is going to shake out. We don't know the interest rates, the impacts of supply chain. Are we going back to normal? No, probably not. So what does that new normal look like?
Well, and I know too, as we're recording this, we just, of course, most people are probably getting in their mailboxes the July issue of CropLife magazine. And the cover story of that issue, of course, is our annual look at the precision ag market we do with our friends at Purdue University. And I know Bruce Erickson is a big part of that report that we put together, and I know he's going to be on the agenda as well, speaking about some of the details we didn't have room for in the magazine from that survey.
Right, he is. So we're excited, and that's exactly how we slugged his presentation. Like things that are in the survey that maybe not you're privy to. We wanted to make sure that he got a chance to kind of take a deeper dive and tease out those things that were important. We have another survey that we're going to be presenting. This is the survey that CropLife does, the annual survey with Winfield. And this is on sustainability. So Brant Gilbert will be presenting that as part of a larger sustainability panel, talking about highlights of that survey. And the way we constructed it this year was very similar to last year. We wanted to make sure that there was enough similarity so that the results, we could take a look and see, you know, that we were comparing apples to apples, if you will. So we're super excited to take a deep dive with Brent into those survey results. So yeah, then we have a larger sustainability panel. We have a couple actually on sustainability, how to vet the software and hardware equipment that's out there. Again, you know, being fairly new to this ag space, one of the complaints, if you will, that I've heard, it's like, hey, you know, there's some wonderful wonderful software out there, wonderful hardware that other sectors are using, be it automotive or in the manufacturing world, whatever. But what's happened in the past is we've taken something and tried to just apply it to the ag space. And, you know, the message I've gotten loud and clear, it's like, hey, we have our own unique problems and we need solutions that are absolutely purpose-built for us. And that's come up several times. So I think that the solutions that we'll be talking about and discussing and vetting during the program are ones that, you know, have a different angle, are really geared towards the ag retailer and the farmer and getting the results that they need, and not just something that was borrowed from another sector and, you know, we'll just apply it here. So I think that's another thing that is different this year. And again, it's more critical eye on the spend, on the solution. So yeah, it's a tough demand, and rightly so. So I think we have our work cut out for us, but I know that we're gonna exceed everyone's expectations. So super.
Well, very good. Of course, I know any event like this, always one of the highlights, of course, is the keynote speaker. And I know, I guess we've lined up a pretty good one as well. Why don't you let our audience know who will be talking and what they're going to be talking about if they make it to the keynote address?
Absolutely. David Widmar is our keynoter this year, and we were really, really happy to have David. We have talked to him several times and really trying to make sure that the audience and the information that he's going to present really aligns and is really what this group needs and would like to hear. And the thing that impresses me most about David, to be quite honest, he's an economist, and yet his presentation, he's not just, you know, let me throw some numbers up here and, you know, see how you guys feel about this. In fact, we're very frank. It's like, David, you can't just, you know, do the numbers. We're worried about that with economists. He's like, nope, gotcha, I understand. So my co-chair, Rosemary Gordon Rose, actually huge hat tip to that lady. Rose is one of the many champs. But so Rose and I have been speaking to all the presenters, you know, over the last few months, and we made sure to you know, kind of really talk with David. And I think that I have such a renewed appreciation for economists, and especially ones like David that can kind of see past the numbers. And that's just it. Unless you can really connect the dots and answer the why for your audience and what's this mean and why should it matter. And he does that. So very excited to have David on the program.
Well, for speaking for myself, of course, someone who's sort of made a pseudo mini career out of numbers and number quizzes over and over on videos. I'm a little disappointed to hear David did cave on that front. I would be fine with just listening to numbers all speech, but you're probably right. The average person probably wants a little more little more than just numbers. So I'm sure it'll be interesting to hear David talk. So I'll be looking forward to that myself. So.
Yep, he's got the right balance. So super happy to have him.
Okay, now, of course, Laura and I have now been talking for almost 10 minutes about everything going on educationally at Tech Hub Live, but for those folks who actually want to have a little fun and maybe take part in some fun and games, we do have an event going on the evening of July 19th before the show kicks off formally on the morning of the 20th. You may want to talk about that, what we're going to be doing on the night of the 19th, because boy, it sure sounds like it's going to be interesting.
Exactly. And I still have yet to confirm the pronunciation, but I believe it's pronounced Fowling,
Yeah.
Fowling, which is a cross between bowling and football, and maybe, is it cornhole?
Yeah, it looks like the pins are sort of on a board. So I don't think there's anything automatically that puts them back there. You probably have to do it yourself. But again, maybe an automatic pin placer is coming for Fowling in the future. But I'm not sure we're going to have that this year. So it'll make it fun. Like I say, I know I'll have the video camera there if it's possible and the safety factors can be maintained. We'll do some live video, but at the very least, I'm sure we'll get lots of still photos we can share with our viewers down the line.
Yeah, I think the venue looks great. It looks just right for everyone to get together, have fun, meet one another. It's been a couple years since we've all been on the trade show circuit. Those of us that travel a fair amount for work, things ground to a halt, and so it'll be nice. I don't think I've attended one work event yet in person in the last 2.5 years, so I'm excited to get out, get dressed, kind of kidding, and meet people. And there's no substitute for that, getting together with your coworkers and friends and colleagues, and meeting new people, working on relationships, all that good stuff. So,
well, I know I'll probably be dressed up for most of the event, but for the Fowling, I suspect maybe a button-down shirt with shorts will be appropriate. So I'm counting on that. So we'll see. But for those folks out there who are interested in attending Tech Hub Live, please visit the website, techhublive.com, and you can get more information on how you can also attend in person this year in Indianapolis. So.
It's going to be great. Yep. A lot of fun. Actually, I just wanted to add too, in addition to the diversity in terms of content for the program, I have to say there is enough going on at any moment that plenty to choose from. Fireside chats, tech talks, roundtable discussions, panel discussions, general sessions, plenty.
Yeah, the exhibitors, don't forget the exhibitors too.
Exhibitors.
Need to see.
I was going to say, yeah, the convention center is just great. It's set up such that you definitely have a lot to choose from, and if you need to step out with somebody and sign a contract, do some business on the sidelines, plenty of space to do that as well. So nice setup.
All right, well, very good. Well, hey, one other thing to share with our viewers before we dive into your most fun part of the event, of the video, and that is, you mentioned biologicals before, and I actually ran across an item that another large traditional crop protection supplier getting involved in the marketplace. We found out here about a week ago that FMC Corporation has decided to acquire a Danish company called BioFiro, which is a pheromone research and production company. And they make biological pheromone products for insect control. And they're hoping that by 2030 that this acquisition will contribute about $1 billion to their bottom line. And the company had this to say about the acquisition. This acquisition demonstrates our continuing commitment to invest in biologics and adjacent technologies, expanding our world-class portfolio while advancing sustainable agriculture. And that's a quote from Mark Douglas, the president and CEO of FMC. So again, another move by a traditional crop protection company getting into the biological space. So I'm sure we've already seen a lot of that in the last few years, and I'm sure there's more to come.
Indeed. That's great. Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Yep. So, all right, Laura, well, time to play your favorite segment of the program. And my apologies to David, because this will be heavy on numbers. It is time for Fun with Numbers.
Am I the reigning champion at this point? Because I believe
Well, now see, that depends. This goes back to something that my dad always used to say, because he loves to watch golf. I watch golf with him too. I'm sorry, this will be a little side note here, but when we're watching golf, we're always watching, pros who are like in the sand traps, the bunkers, and they always make these beautiful shots out of the bunkers. I mean, rarely do they miss. And I commented, wow, their percentage of getting out of the bunkers, the sand traps, must be pretty high. And my father said, well, he said, I got into the bunker one time and I got out. So I guess my percentage is 1,000%. So there have been people who've been on only once who have played and they've gotten it right. So they're batting 1,000. So I don't know if you're the reigning queen, but you certainly are up
there. Okay. All right.
Roundabout way to get to where we were going. So anyhow, your number, before we get too far afield here, is 67.
Okay.
All right. So now, is 67 A, the number of exhibitors at Tech Hub Live? Is it B, a good score for a round of foaling? Is it C, the average number of steps between the registration and exhibit areas in the Indiana Convention Hall? Or is it D, the number of Advils that you and Rosemary Gordon, who helped coordinate the agenda for Tech Hub Live, have taken while planning the event?
Well, D looks really compelling, but I'm gonna go with A.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Good job. Yes, if
3.
my little rough count this morning on the website was correct, we have approximately 67 exhibitors at this year's Tech Hub Live event taking place July 19th through the 21st. So
great. That was a good one, Eric. That was one of your better ones, and it kept me in the running. So
okay, well, yes, and hopefully foaling scores are a little higher than 67, but we'll see.
Great.
All right. Well, Laura, thank you very much for joining us this week. And if you folks out there are hoping to attend Tech Hub Live, look for both Laura and I. Will be floating around on the floor, and pretty much if you want to say hi in person, we'll be there to shake your hand. So thanks for joining this week's for CropLife Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj. Have a good week. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.